Aha. Aha. There's the problem. Morning world, and welcome to Tuesday 30th of May. And yeah, come down this morning to check the tractor over, lift the bonnet, and spotted that. Now, I also saw a wet patch under the tractor when I picked it up from Regis yesterday, and I thought, I wonder, didn't check then. But yeah, so we've definitely lost. This is what happens. It doesn't do it all the time, just occasionally it happens. But anyway, we've lost some water last night, and there's a telltale wet patch on the floor down there, and I reckon it's coming from the water pump over there. So, another phone call to the fitter. He hasn't been yet to do my master cylinder. Maybe we can get the water pump done at the same time.
Hello?
God blimey, he can't be that busy, he answered his phone.
I just picked my phone up because I'd left it in the sun. I thought, I know what'll happen.
Yeah, you'll cook something. Yeah, we'll cook something. Neil, remember we had that water leak issue last year, we couldn't find it?
Yes.
Well, I reckon it's the water pump.
Right.
Just come down and check the tractor now. And there's a puddle underneath. We've lost about 1 inch of water, and to the right hand side of the engine, up behind the oil filter and the alternator, this seems to be coming from in there.
Right.
So I'm assuming that's water pump territory.
Yeah, okay. All right, where are you? Are you at...
I'm at home.
Okay, all right, I'll pop up in a minute. I'm just in the yard at Cromwell.
All right, okay.
Just taking the bobcat apart. I could just have a quick look at one of Claire's lorries. He's just coming in.
All right, okay.
And then I'll
Have a look.
I'll pop on up.
All right, well, I'll leave him cold for a minute then.
Yeah, okay, yeah, it won't be long.
All right, mate, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ian.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Now that doesn't happen very often because Neil's usually so busy, he's running around like a headless chicken. Poor bloke. Are you enjoying that? So to actually A, get him to answer the phone, and B, to get him out here that quick is kind of, I feel, quite special. Yeah, I've got company. Hey, was you enjoying a little bit of edge scratch then, was you? Hey, is that what you was doing? Enjoying a bit of edge scratch? Was you? Hey? Yeah, I know. That's attitude, that is. That's just attitude. Bloody troublemaker. Okay, so that's kind of, hasn't messed up plans for today. So, where am I going? All the grass at Itchington is ready to bale. So I've messaged the contractor to let him know that it's ready, and that when he's coming to let me know, and I'll organise getting cattle moved so he hasn't got to work his way through cattle. And my brother's also volunteered to help with that as well, which has saved me going over. I've also contacted my local contractor, Wotton Dave Bloodworth, who does our baling locally, to see if he could come in to bale mine here on Saturday or Sunday. He's up for that. So, and I got the fitter coming in a minute to look at this. And I'm waiting for Tyre Right to come back with a price for a tyre, maybe 2 tyres, for Dad's. So right now, I want to put my mower, back on there, take that off. But if Neil's going to be fiddle-faffing around in there, he doesn't want to be messing around with a hot engine. So if he's coming up, everything's on stop for 10 minutes. Everything's up. But if you hang around, unless Neil tells me I can't, which I don't think he's going to do, as long as I keep that reservoir topped up, and he's not using that much, we can take this off. I've got to blow that tyre up first. Don't let me forget. That tyre needs a bit of wind in it. This can come off. Mower can go on. We'll go mowing. It's 11 o'clock. It's about right now to go out and cut that grass. It won't take long to knock off those 2 paddocks down there. Mowing the day, and then we start spinning all over again down here. If the bales are made at the other farm, they won't hurt out for a week, 10 days. Apart from the bales where my cattle are, I want to shift them. Oh my God, there's so much to get done. There's so much to get done, but right now I'm on stop. So I've got a cold engine, so the engineer can come and have a look and see where that water's leaking from. Because that's where it's coming from, in there. It's not going to get that warm if I just take that off, is it? I can get on and do something. Warm's okay. It's just not hot. Let's warm it. Yeah, he's only just a bit warm, so okay. Yeah, it's wet in there. I don't know if you can see that. So thermostat housing, could be the thermostat housing is leaking. Difficult to tell really. This guard needs to come off, but you know what, I'll wait for Neil to get here and he can get a look at that. But maybe it's not the pump, maybe it is the thermostat. So okay, right, I won't top it up, won't do anything until he gets here. I'll put the kettle on. Okay, update on the case. It's not the water pump, and Neil thinks it's not the thermostat housing either. It's actually the top hose. Where the clamp was done up on the top hose when the machine was manufactured, bearing in mind that was 18 years ago, he thinks it might have been maybe slightly over tightened and it's cut into the pipe a little bit. And over the 18 years, a bit of rubber deterioration or whatever you call it, it started to weep and it's starting to get a bit more of a leak. So anyway, new top hose has been ordered and he will have that tomorrow morning or this afternoon, one or the other. He's coming back tomorrow morning to fit that. He has tried to get the new mass cylinder, but apparently nothing's in stock. But he thinks he might have one in his shed. But he doesn't know if it's for a TS or a TM, as in a New Holland. So this is basically a red New Holland. So if this was blue, it would have been a TS 100. And so most of the parts on this are interchangeable between Case and New Holland. And he thinks he knows he's got some mass cylinders, but he can't remember if it's TS or TM cylinders, and apparently they're different or something. TM comes as a matching pair, and TS come as individuals. He's going to have a look. Second bit of news. Sorry, we're going to put the mower on in a minute. We're going to go back to work. Second bit of news. Do you remember I was after a pin for my loader? Well, Neil's the guy that did all the mechanical work on the tractor, and I asked him to get me a pin ages ago. And then he forgot, and then I asked him again, and then I assumed he'd forgotten again, and I didn't want to chase him, and yet it turned out he hadn't forgotten. He actually has the pin, this pin that I want, in stock, in a box in his shed. He remembered to order it, he got it, he just forgot to give it me. So that's that box ticked. We have that pin coming, hopefully tomorrow as well. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to put a third service on this tractor, which basically means fitting another box up in here. And we reckon we can plumb into these two guys there, which basically means I can put a bale squeeze on this tractor. So it's going to be a flip switch on the joystick inside. So whereas at the moment where I go left to right, that crowds or crawls the bucket forward, if I flick a switch, it turns that function into open and close on third service. So if I'm making silage or haylage, I can pick up the bags without breaking them. I think the cheapest option I've got, considering how many times a year I'm going to need it, is to put a third service on this tractor, and then I can use this guy to load up and the skid steer at this end to unload. It just kind of makes most sense. We and ahhed about putting a loader on my MXU, and that would be nice and in some ways quite convenient because I could just do everything with one tractor. The downside with that is because I've got the front linkage on here, the bracketry for the front linkage I think would interfere with putting on a loader. So we've got the 4 back bolts in the tombstone, but the 2 forward ones are taken up with the front linkage. So And would I want a loader that just relies on just those 4? Or I'd only be using it for pushing up, sorry, not for pushing up, but for loading bales and that. But it's still a case of that's an awful lot of strain and stress on the tombstone and just in that bit there. I've got away without having a loader on this tractor for years, so maybe we just put a 3rd service on that one. Financially, it makes most sense. Right, so we'll put the mower on. I'll top the water up. I'm only going to put water in there because we're going to lose some tomorrow anyway when we take the top hose off. There's no point me putting antifreeze in there. So we'll top that up, put the mower on. We'll go and cut some grass. It's only 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh, I'm getting covered in it. Well, it felt like a good idea at the time. Right, we've got 2/3 of a tank of fuel, so we got plenty to do. Those 2 pieces down there, we'll go and get them knocked off, then back up here. That'll be all the mowing done for the time being, so it might be a case of out with the pressure washer again later on, pressure wash the mower off, get that all nice and clean before I take it off, because we ain't going to use it again until second cut. So we'll see how time goes, because we've got these 2 pieces down here to do. I've also got the little 1.5 acre piece. I forgot you were out there. I've got 1.5 acre piece down the road too at the vets. Right, okay. I'm gonna have to be clever with this. Right. You're not going to follow me? I got a horrible feeling you are. So I've actually let them into the little paddock I'm actually in now. There's a bit of grass here. Whether they're going to stay in here or not, that could be a whole other question on the near lake crab. Right. I can see this going pear-shaped rapidly. Go on, you, bugger off out. Go on, out of it, get out of it. No. You can go back up there in a minute. Wait for it, go on, back it up, back it up. I should have thought this out a bit clearer, more carefully, shouldn't I? Back it up. Back it up. Whoop. Go on. Back in there. Go on. Go on. Back in there. Go on. Oh. Just wait a minute. I might have got away with it. The next problem I can have now is that some of them are now on the wrong side of the fence, and they're going to want to come on this side of the fence, which means they might go through the fence. Well, you could have that bit. Right, well, while they're doing that and they're distracted, we'll get out there. See, that was my poor attempt at trying to outsmart my cattle. It was more luck than judgment. I managed it in the end. Right, we've got a fair crop of grass out here as well. So, in comparison to some years, this is done quite well out here. I don't usually struggle to open this gate. So they've all run up the side here, gone through the barn and come out on the wrong side of the fence, and now they're all coming back round to come back down again. And it's like the blind leading the blind sometimes. Ah, it's better. Right, let's do it. About 40,000 RPM. Make sure there's nothing in the work. Hold that down because sometimes you need to do that. Lovely job. I'm half expecting at any minute to see the cattle at this gate, especially when they smell this grass. Oh no, they're all back at the top again. Honestly, they don't know if they're coming or going. top link. Top link. Back in a minute. So the top link's a bit longer for the tether, the Lotus. I've gone and got myself all confused. I've managed to split myself up again now. Okay. Problem that is, I've just given them, well, half an acre of fresh grass to eat, and all they're doing is running up and down it. Okay. We'll go a bit slower just to begin with. So the grass is a bit thinner just here, but that's down to the rabbits around the outside here. We've got a lot of rabbits on the farm in a minute, so, and they have definitely taken the bottom out of some of this grass. It's definitely thinner in here than it is out there. I think also a bit of compaction from hedge trimming may have added or contributed to that as well, but yeah, okay, up a cog. Is it me or has that branch come down a bit? So it's an oak limb that seems to have dipped down under the weight of its leaves. We might have to come out and take a bit of weight off that. Right. Remind me to occasionally just check the temperature and make sure we're okay. I don't anticipate the top hose to blow, but you never know. Well, I'm not going to give T-Mac all the credit because we've had a hell of a growing year in compared to some of our previous years, but this is by far the best and heaviest crop of grass I've ever cut out here. So I'm going to give T-Mac Agro a bit of the credit, just a bit. What would Mr. Cornock say? Oh yeah, hell of a crop of grass. And I just put a kink in my line. I really mean it. This is, by a long way, the best crop I've ever got. So, a bit of everything. That's the bit I don't want, is the buttercup. But everything else in there, a bit of red clover, fescues, what else we got in here? That's a fescue as well. Nothing really nasty, to be honest. they're going to chuff this into them like there's no tomorrow. So lots of fine stuff. I mean, this is like sheep hay, and it's a decent length and density, as you can see from this. So yeah. So this lay was drilled by my late uncle Gordon probably 20 years ago. So, and I'll be honest, we never did an awful lot with it because it never came to a lot. Never came to a lot. We've put Nitram on it before, 2010 on it before, muck, but we've never had a crop like this. The density and the vigour of it, a little bit of ryegrass, it's outstanding. So, like I say, a lot of it is going to be down to the weather. We also slit and raked this, so that may well have helped this as well. But we did put T-Max product, I'll put the name of it up here because I can't remember it off the top of my head now, and that's made a startling difference. But all those factors put together, the best crop I've ever had off of this, ever, from memory, was 44 4.5 foot big round bales. I can't remember if that was hay or silage, but 44 was the best we ever had, and that was after a really good dose of liquid nitrogen. So yeah, be interesting to see if we get more than 44. I'm saying I think we will. I was 44 and 45, I think, between these two fields, because there's not much difference between this one and the one over the hedge. It was like 89 bales or something from the two fields, and that was a few years ago. So I'm intrigued to find out what we're going to get this year.
I would investigate those not more.
There's been a few patches in this field, mainly up there, where the tractor's really barked, and then you've heard the mower go, "Oh!" So where it's a thick. So far, really pleased with the results of this. So yeah, it's ticked all the boxes. Right, well, we're almost done here. Just this last little rip in the middle. I've left a patch of grass over there, and I've left a patch of grass over there. Basically the awkward corners that make mowing and spinning and baling awkward. I've left them here because we're not forecast any rain for, well, the foreseeable, and my cattle are going to run out of grub. So rather than baling it and then giving it to them, which is just money, we've left probably about an acre out here, all told. And again, I left corners in the first piece as well, so when the cattle go out, they've actually got something to eat. Anyway, we're going to finish this up, and then it's back up the yard, pack tractor away, ready for tomorrow morning and have his new top hose fitted. And we're going to go over to the farm where hopefully they're baling. Hopefully.